What animal comes around when we're hanging the deer out there? What's up, Unfrequented world? Grant here. It's the last day I'm out at my dad's place for hunting season, and I've been using this old camera that I got off my cousin that used to be Gary's, and so all the shots I took for my deer hunting this week were with this camera. It's supposed to be nice and clear. I haven't got a chance to put any of it on a computer because I'm back in the 1800s out here on the old farm. There's no internet here, there's no cell phone, there's no nothing here. My dad's using an old CRT TV. You got to stomp on the floor to get it to work. Anyways, I thought I'm going to use this camera because it does have a cool night mode on it to try a spirit box session. So I've started up the app. Let's see if we get any interesting responses. I'm just going to let it run for a minute while I talk. I won't be able to analyze this until I get home because, again, I don't have a computer here or anything. So this house, my dad's had some weird experiences here in this house. He's heard a whispering voice that went through the night that one of his friends died. Well, he figures it was the night when his friend died. His friend was out west. You know, he hadn't seen him in a couple years at the time. He said he was watching Ghost Adventures, which he will not watch anymore. He was watching that, I don't know, 10 or 12 years ago. And at the time they mentioned something about, activity happens at 3 in the morning. And that night, as he was laying in his bed downstairs, all of a sudden his room was filled with light. And his headlights came on his vehicle, which he said he never parks in the facing that way in the driveway. Never in like 30 years. He just pulled in that night and just left it like that for some odd reason. But then the headlights came on by themselves. There was no key in it, no nothing. And he was too afraid, a man in his 50s, to go out and check out the vehicle because he said he was too freaked out after watching Ghost Adventures. So that happened. I had something weird happen here when I was around 18 or so. I was here trying to get into that house with a key. My buddy Doug was with me, and we grew up together. Gary, Doug, and I. Doug's from out in this area as well. And we were standing out on the front deck talking, and I was trying to get the key to work, and 3-4 times I didn't know which house key was because I had a couple different house keys, and I didn't live at home anymore, and couldn't get the damn door to open. I was trying the key and wouldn't work. So finally I said something to Doug, and I didn't even put the key in the lock. I just touched the key to the outside, and then the door lock, it went click, 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 which sounded exactly like as if my dad was home and he unlocked it from the inside. And I turned to my buddy Doug and I said, "What the hell?" I said, "This thing just unlocked itself. Like I didn't even have the key in the door. I just touched the outside of it." It was very weird. And that always stuck with me for 20 some years. Are there any spirits here that want to speak to me and go on Gary's channel? Don't mind the hair. I was wearing my toque hunting all day. Dougie, you remember hanging out here? I got chills all over, whether it's just because I'm thinking of my passed on friend or not, I don't know, or if it's actually something giving me goosebumps. Dougie, you here? Spent hundreds of hours hanging out here when we were teenagers and younger. Remember all the good times? Does this place have a spiritual energy to it? something and then see it? Or maybe you wouldn't see it? About maybe 3 kilometers that way, I'm guessing, through the bush. I had a very strange, scary feeling in the bush one time that something was luring me there, was taunting me. And I had to go back to that spot by myself and sit there till dark with my rifle, just to face it. Maybe that's what it wanted. What's in the woods out there? Is it evil? Can't really see. I'm sitting on a table here upstairs in one of the bedrooms. What were we doing all week while I was here? Did it say hunting? Who was that just answered me? Who was that just spoke? It's a woman's voice. I have another strange story about this place when I was a kid. The walls were not finished and they only had insulation in them. And I'm not sure how old we would have been, maybe 7 I'm guessing. And Gary and I were playing hide and seek downstairs. Or in the house basically. And I went into my father's bedroom and into the closet. And I was leaning back against the wall, the insulation, but directly behind me was the stairwell. Next thing I know, I fell through there and I went right backwards, head over heels. I remember falling upside down, and the next thing I know, I was standing on the stairs. On my feet on the stairs. And that's another thing that stuck with me for like 35 years. It was a very odd incident. How did I end up on my feet on those stairs? Did I just rotate right through and did a natural 10-point turn? 10 out of 10 on the somersault? Or did something/someone assist me? Are there ghosts in this house? Or do they pass through this house? What was that? Getting a creepy feeling. Will the guys get a deer next week? Cadet has a lot of old stuff here. Whose stuff is it? Old antiques and stuff that's been passed down. Keep hearing some weird noises. Ceiling. He never answered me earlier. Who flipped me around on the stairs and made me land on my feet? What animal comes around when we're hanging the deer out there? Okay, I'm going to turn this off. It just doesn't feel good. Okay, I turned this off because I'm kind of getting a creepy feeling. But there was something I forgot to ask. So today, apparently Gary's phone took a picture of him while he was out hunting in the bush. Who took that picture of Gary? Static. Can you tell us who was playing with Gary's phone while he was out in the woods? And that light bulb keeps making a tinging sound. Who took the picture of Gary using his phone today while he was out in the woods? Was somebody hunting with Gary? Okay, well, I'm going to turn this off.